What is up, guys, and welcome to another PLO poker coaching play and explain. We are here playing a mix of PLO 200 and 100 on ignition. Unfortunately, not much higher action is running right now, but we do have some pretty good spots on these two tables. In position on a very loose player who is quite deep. And this particular flop, I mean, he should be betting pretty much his entire range, so I feel like it's quite weak, especially if we have the ace of hearts. We can apply a good amount of pressure if he calls the turn here. We can pot a lot of turns that he's going to check call aces with. And I don't think he is going to fold on this turn card. So just because we check back here doesn't mean that we're giving up. We obviously have some equity in the hand, and we can bluff a lot of rivers. Obviously flush and straining rivers. So I am just going to check back here. I think overall we have a lot of EV, and that is not a fun river. He's played the hand exactly like aces, and the question is, can we fold to aces here? Do we want to just jam and fold out some equity behind with the backdoor flush draw? Might be a little aggressive four-way. We are 200 big blinds deep with the original checker, so oof. What does he's 3-betting pretty wide, so he doesn't have to have aces, obviously. I mean, I can't really fold this hand. 5-4, love it. Bottom right, facing a donk. I'm gonna be ISOing this player as much as possible, to be honest. We are gonna call with the backdoor flush draw. It is a large size though. And just folding top right. This guy is very wild 3-betting. It's just not a great hand out of position. It's an okay 4-bet bluff fold, I guess, but I think we're gonna get called too much. And that is where the equity of our hand comes from, is in getting him to fold. We likely have a decent amount of outs, 5, 7, 10, king. Probably would have been good. Guys, make sure you check out our homepage. We have a promo running right now. If you subscribe and you comment on the video that's pinned to our homepage, you are entered to win 2 hours of free poker coaching. So make sure you check that out. 2 short stack players here. I think I'm just gonna fold this hand, to be honest. We're not really deep enough. And this guy can always decide to just shove, being a little shorter too, so not a promising spot. And again, very loose here, but this player is the spot at the table, and these guys behind are quite passive. So don't mind calling here. We could 3-bet. I'd probably prefer that if I was a little deeper, but unfortunately we have not been able to run up the stack yet. I'm gonna 3-bet here. Queen, queen, 10, 10. And we flop a set against a very aggressive player who checks on an ace-high board. Not promising. Just gonna check back here, I mean, and then betting range top right for a smaller size. We will lead the turn small. I don't really see many people checking back a 6, but we do have 3 hearts and we block the second on hearts, so it does start getting a little thin on the river. So I'm probably just gonna check here. And I'm gonna, I mean, we have a half pot size bet left. I don't think we're getting much to fold. I mean, we could just check fold, I guess. And he has aces. Pretty funny. Yeah, I mean, maybe we can even still just like fold that hand with the 30 big blind bet behind. Obviously he's not folding and our equity is not great, even just against ace X. And then obviously squeezing here bottom left. And we flop trips on the bottom right in a 3-bet pot. 3-way 3-bet pot. And so we are gonna bet small, we block. Could even check here, to be honest, 3-way. Don't really have many bad runouts. We do have a pocket pair in our hand though, so makes it less likely that we improve. I'm just gonna bet small. And here we're obviously, we're gonna stick it in. Top, nut flush draw. Against a very wild player who could be potting any flush draw. And we do hold. So now we are deep, which is pretty dreamy. Unfortunately, it's on the 100 table, not the 200 table. Obviously not a great board here for my range, so we'll have a lot of checking. I don't think that this board... I don't think we interact with it enough to bet, so we will check back. We can bet on some non-spades, on ace, some cards like that if he checks again, but I would expect to get led into a good amount on the turn, and we just fold. Flop top 2 and a gut shot on the top right. Shouldn't run into too much 3-4 here, especially with a blocker, mostly from this guy, which obviously we're okay. Stacking off against him. Then SPR a little over 2.5. Getting check raise from one of these guys wouldn't be as great. This guy is quite wide, so you can have some 3-4. So we turn the straight with 2 pair. I think with 2 flush draws out there, we just want to go big here. He can have 2 pair flush draw type hands. Can have obviously the same straight. It's a pretty good river. And I think we see a lot of folds. Question is, can we get him to call with 2 pair or a set? We do block a lot of the 2 pairs. He might just have the same hand, to be honest, and looking for us to bluff diamonds. But looks like he did have the diamond draw. This is actually, even though we're at deep, it's a little loose. I'd like to play with these 2 players in the blinds, but we're going to get called by the button a lot. And then we're going to be in a 4-way pot with a very marginal hand out of position. And I will 3-bet here against the wide, small blind open. And on these more dynamic boards, oof, that's not great. So, getting into the head of this player, he has something that he thinks he has good equity against a set of aces here, aka a pretty decent draw. So, against that, I think that we can call and play some turns, and he's probably going to play relatively fair. So, I mean, he's going to jam a lot of turns still when the draw doesn't come in, but at least we have probably good equity against his range at that point. So I am not going to fold here. Does then check. Now it's a little dicey is, do we want to just pot? I think we can check back here. And I don't think that we need to bluff here, to be honest. I think he's gonna have a lot of 8, 9, 10. I think he would just bet the river, but he could have like hands like 8, 9 and a flush draw and kind of just be checking down and giving up with his 9. And he does pot with the 2 pair, wow. So completely off on that read. But that is definitely something worth noting. I want to note that he's gonna, he should have obviously no leading range ever on that board, and then he's gonna take a board like that and pot a very marginal 2 pair, which means our call on the flop is fine. We just would have adjusted differently and, would have started bluffing on those kinds of runouts. Very marginal here, but I don't want to be playing, I don't want to be folding buttons here in position against this guy and this guy. And he bets pot. I mean, this guy is crazy. But I am gonna fold. Seems pretty nitty, but trying to come up with hands that he's gonna pot that we're doing well against. Um, with this guy, I don't mind playing a hand like this out of position against a 75 PLO player. It's obviously a loose open with this guy behind. But again, nobody here is really, or seems to be 3-betting, so we're not going to get really raised off our equity too often. And I'm going to bet here on these headboards against, I'm not sure exactly on this guy's range, but against a small blind calling range is going to have a lot of kings and queens, which we do on block, and we can get those to fold. My pocket pair was higher. If we did have like Jack, 10, 7, 7, then, maybe that is a hand that I'm actually going to check back. And as I'm saying that and talking, I, for whatever reason, just checked, which I did not mean to do. And I'm actually gonna we do get jammed on here, obviously not folding, then calling bomb left, and that is the dream, or as close to the dream as we're probably going to get with this hand. And we do take it down. Kind of wanted to raise bomb left, but we don't really rep much. It just seems like quite a weak line from that guy. And also, guys, make sure you check out PLOpokercoaching.com. Regardless of whether you win the 2 hours of free coaching, you can get a free 30-minute coaching session with us. All you have to do is reach out and we will set that up for you. We can talk through your game and figure out a plan for you to continue to improve. This is a little too weak even to play against these guys. Over the holidays, I will be going back to England, so we will not be seeing any ignition action while I'm there. I may try and record some party poker or GG. Party poker is pretty dead these days, but there's sometimes some interesting heads-up action, and the PLO 25 pool runs all the time, and the PLO 200 pool runs relatively often too on Zoom, so maybe we'll jump on a few Zoom tables and kind of look how that goes. There's no HUDs on Party Poker, so it's more about note-taking on individual players, so it can be a good mix-up there, but we shall see. Even Rainbow, I'm gonna be ISOing against this guy's range. And then, obviously bad flop for our range, top right. But we do have some equity, so we will just be checking back. And we get 3 bets against a very tight player, and I am actually just going to fold this hand. And folding top right to a pot size bet into 2, and then raising the connected 10s. No backdoor flush draws. I think we can just fold this hand, although there are some decent turns for our hand. Alright, the 5-4-4 deuce. And the check, and the check. And he has the 100% C bet. That in position though. In position, and then 60% out position. I think we can basically start attacking this with any 4 cards. If we get check raise, then so be it, we fold. But that is going to be the outcome so often. Marginal call here, obviously again, trying to get the small blind in the mix, but he folds. But it's okay, because we can play it deep. Ooh. You get squeezed. So this is now not ideal, just because of the domination of our suits, and this honestly might even be a fold, but we are deep with this guy in position, so I think we want to call and flop about as good as it gets. And pretty nice that the deep stack player folds. And we win. And then 3 bang on the top left. We will definitely have a good amount of bets on this board. I'm just going to bet small here for a third. This guy's never folding to 3 bets, so the fold equity on the flop kind of goes through the roof. Tempting to 4-bet. This honestly might be a 4-bet. Maybe in GTO sense, but again, the 3-bang range is just the way it's structured at these stakes. It's not really the best idea to be 4-bet bluffing a lot of these hands. They probably work a lot better at the higher stakes, where people have a more balanced 3-bang range. Turn the dream. I think we just want to go large. I mean, I can't see this guy ever checking back a straight or aces. And I don't think we want to size that people are going to continue with hearts. I don't think we have to go pot. Like kings with hearts or something like that, he's probably not going to fold right now. This guy's probably stacking off with any flush draw. We don't want to bet too big and make his life easy if he does have like kings and hearts. We maybe could have bet half pot. And this guy does stack off with aces, and he gets there. Did he have the straight as well? Not sure. Calling the 3-bet and flopping a very dangerous. Oh, he's so short. I did not see that. Obviously squeezing. I mean, he basically has aces, which isn't fun, but whatever. Or is he not folding? Oh, maybe he has kings. Nope, he's slow rolling us for some reason. Come on, let's see if we can get one back here. Give him the ace king king in the small blind. We probably have 0 leads on this board. Obviously a pretty bad flop for our range as the 3-better. And do we call one and fold? Do we just fold? It's an SPR of 2. Just the jack high flush draw. I think that we can actually just fold this when he bets half pot into 4 people. Seems pretty knee. Be interesting to look at that one. Like ace of spades is obviously pretty irrelevant here. Given that he's obviously never folding a flush, and we're gonna be in the mix a lot whenever this guy's in the pot. Yeah, so I mean, obviously, ace of spades blocker there on the flop, not relevant in terms of the strength of the blocker, and this guy flat back raises. Don't love it. And here we're gonna lead. And it's not a hand. It's a hand that's kind of too strong to turn into a bluff with a check raise. It could check call. Not a bad turn. Oh, that's probably not open. I think that we can just check call the turn. I don't think that we want to get check raised. And we do river the nizzles. There's another straight out there. We do block. Some showdown value, but I'm not sure what he calls it on the flop. I think we can kind of go for a like small bet on the river here. Maybe half pot. And we might play like one more hand or so here, and then we're going to wrap it up for today. Pretty good flop on the bottom left. And he goes to pot size bets. We will just be jamming and fast playing. You do take it down. With the nut suit here, maybe with ISO. Okay, so let's play this and on the top left and bottom right, and then we'll wrap it up. So we flop a pair, potential stretch draw blocker, weak flush draw. I don't mind bet folding this. There's not that many turns that we're going to really love calling probes on. I guess maybe the jack high flush draw is a bit too strong to be turning into a bluff already. And that is a pretty good flop. And again, dynamic kind of board. I don't think our hand is that strong that we want to bet half pot here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pot. All right, that's gonna be it for today, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and good luck at the tables out there.